Hey guys, wow. So today was definitely an interesting day. So if you guys know, I did some overnight puts. So we were looking really good right about here. I had some SpyX. So, SpyX shows you pre-market what your gains are. And right about here, I was up about 150%. And I was like, man, I did it. This is awesome. And then you see we just steadily pumped into open. So I have a pretty solid rule that if I swing a play, especially if it's green, I just close it immediately at open. I don't really care. If I got to win, I got to win. The goal is to get an overnight win, not to try to time it. So basically, I closed it. I got 42.6 on QQQ and 27.4 on SpyX. So, um, but yeah, wow, just an unbelievable day. I mean, Bulls just came out swinging. So, interesting enough, tomorrow is quad witching day. So, some interesting things about quad witching day is actually SPY has not opened green on a quad witching day since June of 2020. So, in the last 3 years, every single quad witching day, SPY has opened red. Now, it doesn't mean it closed red because there has been times it has not closed red. For QQQ, the last 4 out of 5 have opened red. And a couple other interesting things about SPY and the Qs right now. The last time SPY had this long of a weekly green streak without at least a 1% pullback was in 2019, which had 24 weeks without a 1% pullback. So what that means is basically for the last 24 weeks, 14 weeks, SPY has closed at least 0.99% or negative 0.99% or higher. So there has not been a pullback candle closed of negative 1% or higher. On Qs, it's also a 14 week long push up with its longest streak was started in May of 2021 and that was 16 weeks. Currently, SPY and the Qs just closed this should be the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th green day in a row for SPY and the Qs. The last time that this many days in a row were closed green was in November of 2021. SPY had 8 green days in a row and the Qs had 10 green days in a row. So surprised, I mean, this market, honestly, like, I know 2020 and 2021 were pretty much just buy the dip, buy some really long data or really far out of the money calls and let it ride, and you're going to be green and you're going to make a lot of money. But I mean, this market is pretty much the same. But I mean, if you go back and look at 2020 and 2021, there were more pullbacks in 2021 and 2020 recovery up than there is in the last 2 months on SPY. I mean, this is even more extreme green and bullishness than we had during the COVID recovery, if that tells you anything. So I said yesterday we had put that supply in that there's only 2 things that can happen. One, we either rebalance by establishing that supply as a demand, which is what we actually did today, or 2, we could have come down and closed below the supply to rebalance. So today we ended up choosing to close a new demand at 436.84. So basically from here, as you can see, I mean, we were just based in a very, very extreme black bull channel. This channel gives us an upside tomorrow as about 447 and a downside of about 436.6. If you go over to the Qs, same thing here. We did not put in a new demand or supply. We did come up to these 369.7 and 371.5 supplies. We could not quite get over it and close over it. So there is a little rejection here. We should sometime in the next couple of days be seeing a new supply put in on the Qs. And that would be a good short time. But as of right now, this is a runaway train. And the next upside target I have on the Qs is the 378 area. Um, Going over to the VIX. Now, this is the one really interesting thing for me today on the VIX is we actually did establish a new demand. So, as you can see, this 13.77 and 13.85 support area is incredibly strong now. So, this is where things get interesting. The VIX closed up 4.47% today, and SPY also closed green today. Obviously, those are not common things to happen, let alone twice. Monday also happened in 1 week. Monday, I kind of could understand because there might have been a lot of hedging going on for FOMOC and CPI, so that makes a little sense. Today, doesn't make a lot of sense why the VIX and SPY would both close green. So the question remains, what happens next? So we're either going to get the VIX to punch up to 16, which is my next upside target to take this demand out, or the VIX is immediately turn around, double top again off 14.5 to put that as a supply, and then try to break into the 12s, which would then probably take SPY up to the 453 area. If the VIX breaks out, I don't foresee SPY for too long being able to continue that momentum. Today, most of the gains did not come from from tech. The breadth of tech was the weakest compared to SPY and the NYSE. So it'll be interesting to see what tomorrow brings. Quad witching day should be pretty volatile, should be a lot of fireworks. So I definitely am going to be watching closely, but also trading lightly to see where we end. I mean, if we close out another green day tomorrow, especially if we open green tomorrow, I mean, that would just be incredible. I wouldn't be at a loss for words because we are in extreme bull momentum on SPY and QQQ for the daily and weekly. So it makes sense that we are doing some pretty extreme and crazy things. But I mean, this train's only going to last so long. I mean, it can only go up so long before it just naturally has to have a pullback. And remember, guys, I am bullish long term until this 50 EMA is broken. However, just because I'm bullish long term does not mean we should be buying right now, because this is not a good spot to be buying. I mean, you are setting yourself up to be buying the top. Now, again, this could just push straight to the 450s tomorrow and not ever look back, and you might miss that $8 run up. But the probability of entering, right now after 6 green days is just not great. However, as you can see, shorting this is also not super great. So for me, I'm just playing a lot of intraday trades, not doing a whole lot of anything besides that. So, all right, hope you guys had a good day today. I will see you guys tomorrow.